What is popping, guys? Boy, Big Bro Joe, now back with another video, man. And in today's video, I'm gonna be discussing 5 things I wish I knew before I started the retirement process. Let's get to the video. Alright, guys, so without further ado, I've been trying to shoot this video for like 5 weeks, almost 6 weeks, and it's just tough because I haven't found time to do anything other than retirement processing and still trying to do my actual day-to-day job, which is expected of somebody retiring regardless of what you think. So the 5 things that I wish I would have known previously. I'm gonna go in succession, probably from most important to least, or least important to most important. The least important is probably the most important, so maybe that's a bad way to put it. Scratch that. These are in no particular order. My bad for the camera, man. I'm shaking like booty meat. These are in no particular order because there's really no order you can put them in. So number 5, make sure you got your timeline and your schedule accurate because it's important. So it's a lot of stuff that you're gonna have to do when you're retiring, and you're gonna have to put a lot of that stuff into a schedule. 24 months out is the first possible time that you can put your retirement packet in, and if I'm you, I suggest that you do it during that time, because if you wait too late, you're not gonna have a time to do everything that you got to do. So you got to do CIF, you got to clear housing if you live on post, you got to clear your unit. You got to make sure if you're somebody replacing you, it's best practice to make sure that you pass on the information and you do a good pass down to the next person. That's what you're supposed to do. You have to, if you planning on, I'm 37, so I'm going to obviously be working after this. Like I probably don't have to work, but I'm 37 years old, so I'm going to work after I get out of the Army. You got to start looking for employment. You got to do your resumes. You got to take the transition assistance program. It's mandatory. Even the retirement ceremony is mandatory. So it's a lot of stuff that you got to do, and you got to start preparing for it. And 24 months ain't enough time. 12 months damn sure ain't enough time. So make sure, number 5, to set a schedule and give yourself enough time to do everything that you need to do. All right, so number 4, your money is important. You're going to need it to live. So make sure, if you're planning on retiring at least 2 years out, start setting a budget. Start determining things that you're going to lose when you get out of the Army. So one thing I didn't think about or take into calculation that I was going to lose when I got out was my BAS. I don't know why I forgot that we get that basic allowance for subsistence, but you get that. And it's about $200 to $300 a month. I didn't equate that in my budget. Thank God I've been saving money anyway. But it's one of them things you're going to lose. You're going to also lose if you're married or you have a family or your staff sergeant and above, or you have dependents or children. You're going to lose basic assistance for housing. So BAH, you're going to lose that. My BAH right now is $24.07. So I'm not going to have that. Now, some of the things you're going to gain if you're doing retirement, well, right now I'm doing a retirement for a CW2, so I'm not going to be promoted before I get out. And my retirement is going to be about between $3,100 and $3,200 just on the retirement side. So that's all I'm gonna have when I retire. So I'm gonna have money coming in, but it's not gonna be well, you got the TSP. If you've been saving and putting money to the side, you got that stuff. But I'm talking about as far as like just an income coming in, that's what it's gonna be. Now, if I do receive VA disability benefits, and I don't know how much I'm gonna get. I don't know if I'm gonna get 0%. I don't know if I'm gonna get 100%. I don't know. So I started my filing and stuff, but I don't know how that stuff is going to play out. I can kind of assume, but I can't I can't tell you exactly what my percentage is going to be and what I'm going to make. So the only thing I can really depend on is my military retirement. So you got to take into account the things you're going to be losing. So setting a budget, number 4, is very, very, very important. And you want to make sure, especially if you got a family, if you have people that depend on you for life, you don't even want to set a plan to get out unless you prepare and you got the skills to live and work on the outside of the military. So number 4, set a freaking budget. Number 3, and this one hit me in my soul, but number 3 is nobody cares about your retirement, honestly, except you. Like you care. Your family cares that you're gonna, your family, your kids, whoever, they care that you're gonna lose some income, and they're nervous about that, but they don't care that you're getting out the Army. They just want to make sure that if you get out, you got some way to make some money. That honestly, that's what they care about. So you got to take your retirement into your own hands. Your chain of command is gonna have you trying to do work. They gonna have. I need to turn my air on in here, but I don't want to make no noise, so I'm gonna try to do this video fast. They gonna care that you still trying. They want you to come to work and still do work stuff. They don't like. It's hard to explain because they not maliciously not, caring about you. It's just that there's so much other stuff going on as far as mission that they can't take the time to notice that you got a lot of stuff going on outside of what they got going on. I know it sounds kind of, what is the word, narcissistic or selfish, but you kind of got to be selfish when it comes to your military retirement because it's so much you have to do and so much you got to focus on, and your priorities dramatically shift when you're retiring. They shift from mission to taking care of you and your family. So, number 3. Get it in your head that nobody else don't care about your retirement except you. Number 2. Okay. This is something they don't tell you. Until you probably in tap, somebody might mention it, but they don't really expound on it. But job hunting is not as easy as people make it out to be. Alright, I have several resumes. I have a bachelor's degree working on my master's. I have right now I have the project management professional certification. I have a CDL, a commercial driver's license. I also have multiple logistics certifications and 19 years of logistics, right? I did field artillery first, but even during that time, you can count some of that as logistics and maintenance, right? And it's still hard for me to find a job. So that goes without saying. You have to develop yourself while you're in the military because job hunting is not the easiest task. For example, I may have put in 75 resumes. I didn't take account of how many because I'm so far out that I just wanted to put in resumes to see if I could, just to see where my job marketing was in the market, right? Out of those 75 resumes, this is between government contracting, this is between federal jobs, and between some civilian jobs. I probably might have put in maybe like 15 civilian jobs, like BSing, right? Of those jobs, out of 75, I might have gotten maybe 30 callbacks, maybe 20. I think 29 is the number I counted on my checklist. So I might have got about 29 callbacks. Out of those 29 callbacks, I might have got 12. I got 12 interviews, right? So out of those 12 interviews, there was only about 7, maybe 6 jobs that I was willing to take. And only 10 of those jobs was willing to take me. But only 3 of them could actually wait until I was able to get out. So I ended up looking at a job that I think I'm going to take. But that just goes to say, it's not as easy as you think, and you're going to have to put in the work. So what I would tell you is start developing a plan of attack and start developing your resumes. You can start working with the ACS, and you can work with TAPS. You can work with TAPS before you even start in the program. They'll help you with resumes before you even plan on retiring. Or ETS, and for that fact. But job hunting is extremely difficult. It takes a lot of work. You're going to have to work on a lot of resumes. You're going to have to sit down and talk to a lot of people. I'm going to a job fair in 2 weeks. All right, I'm going to check. That's the transportation logistics job fair. I'm going to check it out and see if there's some jobs there that I could consider looking at. But with that said, don't just think you're going to get out the military and you're going to land one of those great government federal jobs. It don't work like that no more. Maybe in 2012 or whatever, 2013, when the war and stuff was still going on, the military was a big thing. But people don't even look at the military the same way that they used to. So you don't even have the same leverage that you would used to have when it was like 9/11 time and people would just hire you because you a vet. Like it don't work like that no more. So you got to put the work in and make sure that you're preparing yourself for the outside, because no one's going to come save you. You got to save yourself. So number 3 is that job hunting is tough. Prepare yourself to look for a job. All right, guys, and number 1. So this one's kind of important, but it's not as important as the other ones. Like I said, I don't want to put these into importance. That's hot as hell in here. I'm about to get out of this car in a minute because I ain't turning on this air because I don't want to make no noise. It's going to mess up the audio. But this one, know your Army or your military benefits, right? It's so many VA benefits that I did not have no clue about until I was starting to retire. There's benefits for your children to go to college if you're 100% disability veteran. There are benefits to moving to certain states. Like, of course, we all know Florida and Florida and what's the other state that the big one everybody go to? Texas. They don't have no state taxes, so obviously them is the best 2 states to move to for military veterans, right? Because they're not going to tax your retirement. With that said, there are states like California that are definitely going to retax the bejesus out of your retirement. So you got to take those things into account. So you got to know your benefits in order to know where you plan on staying, unless you plan on going back to your hometown or you staying where you retired from. Like, I'm in Colorado. Now, I don't know how long I'm going to stay here. I would like to stay long enough for my daughter, to graduate high school, but so everything don't work out like it's supposed to. With that said, Colorado is one of the states that partially taxes your retirement benefits. Now, they won't tax your VA disability, but they will tax your retirement benefits up to a certain amount. So you have to, in order to leverage your benefits, you need to know your benefits. Now, how you find those benefits out? You can go to va.gov. You can go to the ACS Center. You can go to TAPS. They got packets and stuff that they can give you before you even start the retirement process. I suggest if you know you only going to do 20 years, start doing that retirement process stuff 5 years out. Start doing your research so you can have a plan set to where you want to go. And most of this video is about planning. I'll be honest, because you need to have a plan. Don't be like me and wait until your 18 months or your 12 months and then you put your retirement packet in. It's going to take, I'll tell y'all a long story, but it's going to probably be in the next video of how they did me. I ain't gonna crap on nobody because I don't do that. But I will say that it took almost 8 months for my retirement to even get approved. So I didn't know for like 8 months if I was retiring or not. So with that said, what I'm saying to you guys is know the benefits. Make sure you have a plan, pretty much a plan of attack for when you plan to get out. All right. So hopefully I can get back into the swing of shooting these doggone videos. I got rid of a lot of vices. Congratulations to me. So I quit. I lowered my cigar smoke intake. I completely cut off alcohol, and I completely stopped sports gambling. For all you guys that know, I used to like DraftKings a lot, but I don't gamble no more. So I'm more focused on my goals in the future now, and one of my goals is just to continue this YouTube page that we built as a community. So I appreciate you guys' support. Oh, special shout outs go to who hit me up, man? Husky, shout out to you, bro. You always hit me up. Big Irv, man. DeAndre Irvin hit me up. Damn, somebody else, man. I can't. Oh, Pierre Leron, man. Congratulations on becoming a warrant officer candidate. Congratulations on that. He called me. A couple other people. If I miss you, I'm sorry. I apologize, but I can't remember everybody that hit me up. D. Houston hit me up about a month ago, so I appreciate him too. But yeah, it's a lot of guys from the channel that watch the channel and been watching it since like I had 10 subscribers, and a lot of them hit me up and check on me and make sure I'm good to go, and I appreciate everybody's support. I got about 28 emails that I returned to people, but a lot of them wanted me to do videos on them, so I'm gonna hop into those as soon as I get the opportunity, man. Again, I appreciate you guys' support. You guys are the lifeline of this channel, and it wouldn't be no channel without y'all, man. So without further ado, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Nafi.